Good morning, everyone. This is Christina Fasonic, broadcasting live from beautiful Ogilvy Park in Wheeling, West Virginia. And today is the day for the Writers' Conference of Northern Appalachia. It is our second one. And I thought the best way to introduce it and open this event today was by bringing on some of the hardest working members of any committee ever, the WCONA 2020 Planning Committee members. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
Fantastic. Excited.
Yes,
Great.
it's an exciting day. And Donna and I and Heather, we are all three at Ogilvy Park, just at different locations in the park. And we do want to announce, and I think that Damien could talk about this in a minute too, that next year's conference will be here at Ogilvy Park because Damien is the chair of the planning committee next year.
That's true, and I'm very excited to be doing that. And I don't think we could have picked a better location for it. I'm glad that we have the opportunity to show folks what they might see were they to attend next year's WCONA conference.
Yes, and there's a lot to see at our park. And look at this, we also have Jody DePerna on with us too, another one of our amazing planning committee members for this year. So what can we tell our audience about what they're going to see and hear today at our event?
We have a great lineup of writers, like phenomenal. I'm so pleased with the writers we were able to invite. I just want to point out the room I'm in is where open mic will be next year. So this is Hickman Lounge. So you'll be able to read here. So
exciting.
Yes, and we're really looking forward to that next year because all of Ogilvy Park is open to us and to our conference goers. And Hickman Lounge is such a gorgeous place to talk about writing and to read writing and so on. So how about the rest of you? What do you think? What are you looking forward to today?
You know, actually, it's maybe not even one of the main ideas of the conference, but the music session at noon. I mean, I've been very excited waiting for that because it's just so authentically us, and to see that reflected in music, I think it's going to be really awesome.
Yeah, Sue Powers is a legend in this area and beyond, and I know that she will give an outstanding performance today at noon, and I hope people will have their lunch and listen to her before we go back into our sessions again in the afternoon. So how about the rest of you? What do you think? What are you looking forward to? I'm so excited about what we have planned for today.
Well, I personally am very excited. I am going to be getting the great pleasure to introduce Kathy Shoup today. And I was unfamiliar with Kathy's work until, well, this is one of the great things I love about this conference is I wasn't familiar with Kathy's work. I saw her speak last year at WCONA about a different topic. And I was like, wow, this is one really smart cookie who knows a lot about the writing world, both in a crafting of literature sense and in a getting your work out there sense. So it's good. I'm really looking forward to getting to introduce Kathy and hearing what she's got to say today.
Yeah, I've heard Kathy speak many, many times, and she is every single time delivers an incredible, informative, but also entertaining. And she's just super kind. She's a great mentor. She's worked with my students on multiple occasions, and I'm just really, really excited and grateful. I'm grateful for all of the writers that we've been able to get involved in this. We could not do what we are doing today if it wasn't for the kindness of our writers that have agreed to do these presentations for free for our audience. So I can't say that enough all day long about how grateful I am that they are giving us their time and to our community today so that we could all learn more about writing and the craft and the business and all that stuff that we need to know as writers. Hey, James, how are you this morning?
Hi, I'm good. Hello, everybody.
Awesome. We're just talking about how excited we are about today's event. And is there anything you're looking forward to in particular?
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to the sessions that I'm going to be convening. Patricia Jabba Wesley and Jacob Stroutman. So Patricia is on at 10 o'clock, right after this. And Jacob is on at 1 o'clock.
Yes, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so I'm just going to introduce them and get out of the way and listen to all the great wisdom they have to pass along. So it's tough for the simultaneous sessions, it's tough for audience members to choose who they want to, which one they want to attend. But if you're on the fence, come to mine. We'll have
Actually, Patricia is wonderful, and I interviewed her about a month ago. And so if you are on the fence, do go listen to Patricia, because she's so much fun to talk to and listen to.
I have to admit, James, I share your conflict a bit. I'm super excited. I'm super excited to be convening the session with Kathy Shoup, but I'm thinking, if I were not, I would definitely want to see Sharon Flake.
Yeah.
The kind of work out there, I was like, wow, this is really somebody I'd like to hear talk about what they're doing.
Yeah, I'm excited to introduce.
Those three are all lined up together. It's like heavy hitters right out of the gate. So you've got a decision right away.
Yeah.
So really everyone's decided.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It is a challenge to figure out how to plan your day when there's so many good things going on in one day.
Yeah, I like the variety of voices we have, and I think it really represents the region. It really represents who people are, and I think that sometimes Northern Appalachia is painted in a certain way by, let's say, national media, and this conference is definitely like a pushback against that. Like, these are the voices of Northern Appalachia. You can see that in our panelists, and I think that's really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to introduce Sharon Flake, because I'll get to see her session. So
Yeah, right.
to sit in. That's at 10 o'clock, and I'm really looking forward to that. And then this afternoon at 1 o'clock, I'm introducing Jerry LaFemina, who's a mentor at Carlo. He's kind of a Renaissance man. He plays in the punk band, the Downstrokes. He's a poet. He's creative nonfiction. He's fiction, and just an all-around great guy. So it should be a good afternoon, too. So.
Definitely.
Yes. And I'm jealous of everybody that's convening a session that I'm not in, because I wish that I could be in everything all day long and just eavesdrop on what I know will be great conversations and great sharing of writing knowledge and things like that. So.
And your session, actually, Christina, that you and Damien are panelists on, about platform building, is going to be fantastic and much needed, especially at this time, because, I mean, elephant in the room, we're doing this virtually, everyone, and that's been a major, I mean, obviously in all aspects of life, but if you think about the writing community, that's been tough for working writers and aspiring writers. So I'm really looking forward to that. And seeing, what that conversation leads to in terms of being able to keep the community going, especially here in Northern Appalachia.
For sure. Yeah. Damien, go ahead.
Oh, I certainly, we want to thank our writers, but I also want to thank the editors who are coming out for our editors panel.
Oh, yes.
Also being out there, willing to share their time and expertise with our audience, and some of the folks I'm pretty familiar with, and some of them I'd like to learn a little bit more about them. So we've got folks from Belt, from Sheelanigig, the Fourth River out of
Chatham.
There you go. And the Watershed Journal coming up from the northern part of Northern Appalachia.
Yeah, and I really feel like that's good representation. And you're right, Damien. I'm glad that you brought up our editors, because a lot of times I think when you're submitting work, it's like the person on the other end isn't a person, it's just an idea. But today we're going to actually get to meet these human beings who are making decisions about, our journal editors and publishers. They really help us define the region as much as the people that are doing the writing in terms of what's being published and so on. So I think it's important and helpful that we get to know them today. One of the editors, the editor of Sheila the Gig, is Haley Haugen, and I've known her for 20 some years and have watched the progress of that journal. It was originally on the West Coast, and then she brought it here to Ohio University at Ironton. And I'm really looking forward to hearing how that's evolved too, when she talks about, what she looks for that journal, and for their, they publish books as well. So I think we're all lucky to have these people in our community and also give us their time.
Yeah. I feel like for writers submitting, it feels like you're just sending it out into a black hole somewhere, and you just pray that you. So this is an interesting, sort of look at what happens behind the scenes to your work, and it maybe gives people a better sense of where they should be working and what they should be working on, and how to do their craft better so that they get published. So I think that'll be really helpful for people who are attending.
For sure. I mean, and it's not like the former days, and maybe it's a myth or something, but it seems like the greatest writers, they would send their material out and poof, it was published. We know that that's not true, but when you're just coming into the craft of writing, it feels like, why is nobody publishing my work? But here is an idea,
I still wonder that, Christina.
Yeah, right.
I had a mentor that he'd been publishing maybe a dozen or so stories in various kind of mid-tier journals, and when his agent started doing his publicity, all of a sudden the first story he ever wrote was in the New Yorker. That was how the story got told. It was like, the other 24 stories. No, they never happened. They never happened. Just the first story you published was the New Yorker. This one, after 12 years of working hard and publishing. Nope, didn't happen.
A 12-year overnight success, if you will.
Exactly.
Well, who can account for time, right? And speaking of time, it's almost 9:45, and I want to make sure everybody gets to where they need to go at 10 o'clock. Everyone who registered should have gotten a program with a link to their Zoom in it. Under where it says Zoom, you can just click on that link and go in. Some of you had a little bit of additional information in your emails, I believe for Sharon Flake's session, there was a password that you have to enter. So make sure you do that. But everybody else should be good to go for today. I will be somewhere in a Zoom or somewhere floating around. So if anybody has any questions, they can message us on our page here on Facebook, the Northern Appalachia page. There's also a frequently asked questions section on our website, Writers Conference of Northern Appalachia. So if you get stuck, you can probably find the information there, or message me, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So,
and we also want to say we're really grateful for everybody who signed up.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if it weren't for people who are interested in seeing this, we'd have a pretty difficult time putting it on.
Yeah. And so keep the comments coming too. We see you, Kip Dawson, Lisa Combs, Cheryl Traylor. We're reading the comments. We're going to be noticing those all day. So keep it up, everybody.
Yeah, especially at the panels.
Yes,
I'm moderating the panels with the editors. So if you have questions, I will see them and be able to pass them on to our panelists. So leave comments.
All right. Well, thank you all so very much for planning this conference and for doing all these awesome things that we're doing for writers in the region, and for spending the day.
Wait, one sec, because this really should be said. I think I speak for everybody. I hope anyway. For Dan, for Donna, for Jody, for James. We want to thank you, Christina.
Yes.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And your heart. You. This is, I think, one of the best planned, best executed under very strange and stressful circumstances, and you've really carried the torch with aplomb. It's been a great joy working with you on the conference. And thank you for your leadership.
Thank you very much. And I got to tell you, I have a great time working with you guys. So it's not a hardship in any way to do that. So. All right, everybody, let's go to our sessions, and I'll see you all somewhere in the middle, right?
Right.
All right.
All right. Bye, everybody. It's been a little while. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
All right.